Have you really thought deeply about what it really means to create leverage? Now, we hear this a lot of times as something that is so important, so critical to all that we do in business as well as in wealth creation. But what does leverage really mean? Well, today, I want to try to simplify for you what this all actually means to us creating more success, more wealth, and getting an advantage in the things that we do. I'm going to go over with you the 7 principles of leverage that I have simplified for you to understand what this is all about. We'll be right back. I want to talk about what I call the 7 P's of leverage, right? And this is how I simplify the most critical areas of leverage that I want you all to know and understand. And especially all of you out there that are entrepreneurs, you are business owners, but there's a lot of principles you can understand about this will even help you in life. But I want you to understand these principles, right, that are so important. We're going to walk through each one, and I want you to get this. So let's go over the first one. So the first principle that I want to go over is person leverage. Okay? Person leverage. Now, person leverage has to do with what you actually know, right? And your abilities, your, everything to do with you. So if you know more, right, this equals more leverage. So this is where a lot of entrepreneurs make big mistakes is they don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they're missing out on something because of what they don't know. So this is where you can really miss the boat, right? Because you have become, so let me show you this. So you have been comfortable, right, in this circle, right? You're comfortable in here. And in here you look at all the ways you can create opportunity, you can make money. And this is awesome, right? But when you get more knowledge, right? When you get more knowledge, when you get more exposure, right? You begin to play in a bigger circle, right? And you start finding out, oh my God, there's all these different ways that I can create success and money and wealth. There's a bigger game to play that I didn't even realize, right? But that's because so this is what created leverage for you is the fact that you started to understand more. You started to know more. So moving to just knowing something to actually getting to mastery, where you start to master certain things, where you almost do things now by instinct because you've put the time in and you've done those things over and over and over again. So you get so good at it that you're able to create more opportunity and more strength. So even when you think about person leverage, think about your strengths and weaknesses. This also can become a leverage or take away leverage from you. So if you're an individual that is, you're not willing to listen to other people. You don't like listening to people. Well, the information you could have got in January could have moved your business forward, but you didn't learn that until the next year because you have something in you that's not willing to listen to somebody. So that took away your leverage. If you're an individual that knows how to listen to others, you can use that as leverage because your competitor over here that's not willing to listen is going to not get the same output as you because you were able to learn something faster just by a trait you have of being willing to listen to others. So if you're a stubborn individual, if you have too much pride, if you have too many things in you that stops you from, doing things that allow you to grow faster, this could also really, really hurt you. Another thing I want you to understand about leverage when we talk about a person, let's say this is what is required now by you as a person. This is what you need to understand. This is the person you need to be for your business to go to the next level. It requires this height of growth and expertise or character or belief or faith or strength, right? But currently, this is where you are. Well, your business doesn't care. This is what's required by your business. And the gap between what is required and where you're really at is causing you to lose leverage. So any time in my business, I've not become the person that my business growth requires me to be, I'm losing leverage. But if I'm the person that I need to be at the time my business needs me to be that so my business can grow, I have leverage because I'm ready, right? So this is all tied to you as the person. I hope you're really getting this. This is so important. Creates leverage because of who you are, what you have, what you know, what you're exposed to. That's why, I often help entrepreneurs. And I invite them to things like I have programs and I have challenges, things I try. And so many people that don't take the opportunity, they don't grow as a person. So they're missing out on things that they don't know because they just don't know, right? So they have no leverage. And someone who's standing right next to them with the same exact type business has greater leverage simply because what they know, right? Very, very important. So if I don't know about something, I can't do it. And so I lose leverage. All right. So this was our first one here. Let's go to the next one here. Now, this is kind of similar. This is people leverage. People leverage. Now, people leverage is the fact that one person, right, can't do as much as three people. So with this one person, let's say I can produce this box, I can produce 10 per hour, right? Let's say with three people, just to keep it simple, I could do 30 per hour. And if this thing costs I can make $100 from selling it, right? I'm making $1,000 here, right? And I'm making $3,000 here, right? So I want you to notice here, back to leverage, this is the same hour, the same input, right? But because of leverage, I've created a better output, right? So this is the key. This is people leverage. So now by, having more people, I can produce more results in the same input, right? The same time frame. So when you think about people leverage, I want you to also remember this has to do how well can I get people to work together. So this is also leverage. This is a big leverage that I've had in my businesses is the ability to create unity among my businesses. If I can get more of my team to believe in a common vision and to be united about what we're doing, I have an advantage of anyone who's up against me because I've got a team already that is not dealing with jealousy and envy and striving against each other and competing unnecessarily and all the time it takes because someone doesn't want to work with someone else, unnecessary stagnation because people are trying to prove one is better than the other. All that stuff that maybe my competitor is dealing with is going to cause them more time, more money, more efforts, more energy. They got to have more meetings to resolve disputes. They've got to figure out why something didn't get done or someone didn't get that report, all because someone was trying to sabotage another team member. All of that. They're losing leverage. So if I can get people and get those people to work together, I have more leverage, right? If I have a team of people or I create an affiliate program where I get a team of people because I find a way to reward them for rewarding me, and now instead of me just selling my product, I got other people selling my product, and now I'm able to create more sales. Why? Because of people leverage. People leverage, right? So this hopefully makes a lot of sense. This is another way to create leverage. All right, let's go to the next one here. And this is process leverage. Process leverage, all right? So now we both have a business that does the same thing, okay? Now, with this business, my goal is to get my product to the customer over here, right? And I want this customer to be super happy about my product, right? And this is where I make money. So let's say there's a lot of customers who want everything, but my business is able to produce 20 of these products per day, right? Now, this is the same business down here, but it has a process that it goes through, right, of how to get this to the customer on this end, right? This business is a little bit different in that it's actually put a process in place. And this process allows them to create efficiency, speed, less mistakes. So this 20 per day has to do with how fast it can move, but also the amount of mistakes that are there, all the issues, right? So maybe because of this process that I've put in place, I am able to actually create, I can do 100 per day. So imagine, right? Imagine what is possible because I can make more because my process, right? Here's where we deal a lot with things like, many of you know of my expertise in lean management. This is a great example of this, is lean management is a discipline that will allow you to pull waste out of your operation, organize your processes around value, and make sure all the things you're doing in that operation are generating value and not creating more waste. So if I have a process like that in place in my business and my competitor doesn't, then the process itself becomes leverage. I have more leverage, right, because of the actual process that I have put in place. So now, in the same day, so I want you to see, right? The input is the same. I got the same day, but the output has been dramatically improved because of the process. This is leverage, process leverage, okay? Now, let's go deeper into another one of these, and let's talk about product leverage. Product leverage. All right. So this is a little bit different, but I want you to understand this. So product leverage has to do with, so I'll give you an example. I could have a product that I deliver or I show up and I go over this training and I present it to all these people. Let's say I get a hotel room, I rent the space, and I present this training, right? Now, this training altogether, let's say it's a 4-hour training, right? But also, I had to travel to get there. I have to set up. All the logistics that I have to do, right? It's also limited to the location because I can only make money on these people who can come, right? Physically come. Now, and this is just to show you a simple example. If I change this and I start doing something where I'm maybe talking to a screen, right? And now people are able to see this through streaming at home, right? Well, now I'm doing the same amount of time, but I'm going to cut expenses and travel and all that, and I can reach more people. Now I'm doing online streaming. Right? So this is more leverage because in the same 4 hours here, maybe I can get 30 people to come. Here, I could talk to 30,000 if I wanted, right? Technically. All right. Let's go further with this, though. What if I take the information in this training and I put it in a book, right? So I put this in a book, and now the training, and I can sell this book online. I can sell this with no effort, right? Now this is in a book, right? Now let's say I take this book and I turn this into some sort of audio book. Well, now I can sell it. Not only can I sell it online, I can sell it for more. I can increase the price because it's better quality, right? What if I take this and I turn this into a book, an audio book, and then videos, and I turn this into a program? Now I can still sell online, but now my price can go way up, right? Do you all see? I'm creating product leverage. This is the same thing with someone has a worksheet and they have to send you a file. And then if I create a software and you can log in and everyone can log in easily, I'm creating leverage, right? If I have a location on a corner in a business and that's my product, it's to provide you service on Broadway Street, 101 Broadway. But then if I turn that business into a franchise model, or I have a licensing model where I can then get other people to do the same business in multiple locations, now I've created leverage. This is what all your fast food companies, all of them have done. They've taken something, they created leverage by having this licensing or franchising model. If I'm doing a training and I'm coaching people and I'm coaching one person at a time, I have to spend the same amount of effort. But if I turn that to the same at the same for the same input, I get more output. I hope you all are following this. This is product leverage. Product leverage. All right. Let's go to another one, which is positioning leverage. Positioning leverage. Now, positioning leverage is to position yourself in the best possible way for growth, in what you're doing, right? So one thing is to have a certain level of focus. So if I have focus, right, and I know exactly what I'm targeting, right? And I know I'm trying to get here and I don't change my focus. Use another color here. And I keep my focus on getting there. I'm going to be in a better position than the person who's unfocused. That's all over the place. They're doing 10 things at the same time, but I'm focused. So I'm going to create leverage through focus. I'm positioned better because I'm positioned in a position of focus while you're in a position of trying to do all these different things. You're trying to launch all these different products, all these different businesses. You're doing all these different things. And because of that, you're not doing any of those things really well. So focus can create positioning. We also know that where we are at in a market is also important, right? Positioning. So I want you to think for a minute. What do y'all think if I had me lemonade stand, right? And, we got someone here that is selling lemonade here, right? And as we begin to think about this lemonade or whatever, right? What would be the best possible place to be if what would be most important, I should say, if I want this lemonade stand to be successful, right? And I could say, well, I got to have good tasting lemonade, right? I want the lemonade to taste good, right? So we talk about taste good, right? The location that the lemonade is at, or it could be maybe the quality of my lemonade stand. It could be my presentation, how I present everything, right? So all these things. But when you really look at it, the ultimate thing that you want is to be where a bunch of thirsty people are, right? That's positioning. That's where you want to be. So if my lemonade stand, it could be in a nice location, could taste good, all that. But if my lemonade stand is by a construction site where they're doing a construction site for 10 big buildings, and it's the only way to come out of those construction sites is to come through this specific place or this alleyway, and I'm right there positioned with my lemonade, and everyone is like just dry throat, about to die, thirsty, I would much rather be there than all those other things. My lemonade doesn't even have to be super good. Right? I'm just positioned so well. So I have leverage. So someone could have better lemonade than me, but they're not there. Right? I'm here. Right? Do you want to wait? Do you want to go get in your car and go and drive? Or will you take my lemonade, even if it, is not as sweet as the next person's, but it's pretty good? What are you going to take? You're going to take that lemonade. Why? Because it's positioned better. Right? It's positioned better. So this is, again, we're talking about position leverage, right? Position leverage. All right. Let me go to another one here. We're almost through these. The next one is promotion leverage. Promotion leverage. Now, if I have a product, well, let's do it this way. We got two people here, right? And both of them have the same type of product again, okay? But when I go out and I have an ad, right? Somebody is better at writing headlines, better at your sales message, better at creating lead magnets to generate leads, all right? And it's through that ad that it translates to money. But if I'm better at promotion-oriented things, headlines, messaging, lead magnets, how to attract people, building a very quality sales funnel, all these different things. If I'm better at, campaigns, coming up with campaigns to get people to rally behind, right? Creating noise in the marketplace. So what'll happen here is we both spent $1,000 on ads, right? The difference is the $1,000 on ads down here, maybe you generated $500, right? You're actually losing money, right? This other person, they generated $5,000. So they're actually making money. They're putting $1,000 in and getting $5,000 out. So again, here it is. The input is the same, but leverage happened because I'm better at it. Look at what came out. So if I get better at promoting my product or my service and I get my skills up and I learn how to do these things better, I am going to actually create an exponential opportunity that is better than my competitor. This is why I want to get good at this, right? In each of these 7 areas, you can think about ways you want to improve your business, where you want to improve things that you do, because this is going to create that leverage for you. This is what's going to cause you to have a chance to do things. This is the secret to real wealth. These are why some people are further along than you. This is how to get better than them. It's not all the things that you think. It's really thinking through the mindset of leverage. Leverage is what makes people supersede their competition. Leverage is the thing that helps people go from a little money to a lot of money. Leverage is the thing that helps people grow a company, right? All right. Last area here is profit leverage. Profit leverage. Now, if you have profit leverage, meaning you have a bigger bag of money, right? You got a big bag of money. What happens is you are able to, when you have the money, right, you can buy better equipment, right? You can hire better talent, right? You can invest in better investments that have larger returns, right? You can market, or let's say you can advertise more than your competitors. So whoever can spend more money on getting a new client is going to win. All right. If I can spend $100,000 to get a client and you can only spend $10,000, I'm going to win. There's more people going to hear about me. More people going to see my thing. This is all what we talk about. So it takes money to make more money, right? So if I have more money, I can use that money as leverage, right? And use money to create more money, create more success. I can create speed, right? Right? Because I can buy time by buying things that give me more of my time back. All right. So we have walked through this. I hope you all got out of this. This is power packed. We went through, this is custom from me in all of my learning and experience, the 7 P's of leverage. You heard it here on our URCO channel. And so if you are an entrepreneur, if you are someone who wants to be more wealthy, if you are someone who wants to be successful, study these different aspects of leverage. And if you do, I guarantee you, not only will you grow, you'll be able to grow exponentially. So as always, continue to be the CEO of your life. Get out there and use the products and resources and tools and programs and events that are offered by URCO to create more leverage for your own success and wealth. Until next